So, here I am. Just arrived at the canal. Had my first challenge. Started over here. Had to get everything through this tiny little gate. Over the bridge. And I'm going to set off once I've caught my breath for the first leg of the journey over there. Kayak's loaded, so I'm not really sure how this is going to go. But yeah, we'll find out, I guess. Oh, dearie me. And I forgot to put the seat up, but I'm in. I guess this is me now. Reading, here we come. My name is Ollie Fuller, and this is my journey from Bath to Oxford on some of the most wild and wonderful waterways of the UK. A journey of challenges and triumphs unbeknown to me, but a journey to connect to myself, the earth, and all its beautiful creatures. So I think I'm on my first aquifer of the trip. So far, this is how I imagine it being. Bloody blissful. Blissful, I tell you. I need to take my jumper off. But I don't really know how I'm going to get out. But yeah, very early days. So I bailed on getting out because the banks kind of look scary and I don't really know the technique yet. But look at this, forest. Right, I am on land. I managed to just about get out of the canal. Stretch the legs. I'm gonna have a little bit of lunch, maybe make a coffee, if I can be bothered to get my kit out. Okay, here we go. That wasn't actually too bad. Nice. I like that. I could get used to that. I think I got everything. Looks like these guys need a driving lesson. Cheers. Man to the rescue. Canal local by the looks of it. He reckons they got stuck in the silt here. Just gotta have faith, right? Sorry. You might make it into my documentary, if you don't mind.
This is free entertainment, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, what a hero. Oh, I got WhatsApp.
I kind of want to be in your documentary now. I'm quite happy about that.
I think he's done this before somehow. So, I have reached the first lock of the trip. Bit of a bitch for the first one, to be honest. Through a town of some sort. But it was kind of ominous, actually. I didn't think I'd want to go in a lock, but the way that water was gushing out, I don't really want to go anywhere near one, to be honest. So now I've got to figure out again how I'm going to get out the boat. Mission success. Out of the water, nice and dry, and I think I'm just going to wheel it. Looks like a road crossing. Probably should use the traffic lights, right? Well, this is a first. Hopefully this is the right way. A first taste of what was to come as I make my way east along the Kennet and Avon Canal. I chose my starting location tactically and kindly to allow for less portaging and more paddling on my first day of what was to be many. Sorry, just taking my kayak for a walk. Great success. Back in the water. It's the first lock complete. About 200 or plus more to go. I'm not entirely sure where this idea came from originally, but I long for freedom, peace and adventure. Maybe it was to push myself beyond my limits or to rid dependence on others. Whatever the reason was, it was leading me through a corridor of endless nature and beauty. So that's another 5 miles in the bag. Definitely tired now. All right, I think I found my spot for the evening. I'm on a little footbridge. Gonna probably camp either in this field over here, or I could also go and nestle the tent in back there in the trees somewhere. Beer, sunset, scrambled some twigs. I'm gonna have a twig stove camping ration pack dinner. I must say it's the first ever for me. Bolognese. Trousers are dried out nicely as I wanted them to. Nice and warm, dry weather. Good morning. First night done. It's about 6:45. I'm gonna pack down quickly because I'm in a public space. Alright, so I'm back on the water and I've been paddling for about 10 minutes and I've hit the first lock of the day. My shoulders are a bit achy, but other than that, I'm feeling good. Alright, I've just stopped for a coffee at a lock. People going down. Yeah, so coming up next, I don't think you'll be able to see it, got a lock line, or whatever it's called, of 29 locks, probably about 2 miles of portage. Yeah, that's going to be fun. That's going to be the challenge of today. Get to these locks and then I'm going to have to do a really long portage pulling my kayak up a hill. So here I am. This is my life right now. I don't know if you can get that out on the camera, but that is the hill. I've made this sort of rope rig so I don't have to take the weight. It's a bit better, but it's a bit jaunty, swinging me around. Do you know, it's 2,000 litres, no, sorry, 2,000 football pitches worth of water. No, 2,000 swimming pools. Olympic-sized swimming pools of water they push. Never mind. Try again later. It's all happening. Almost there, I think. It's definitely encouraging. But yeah, not too bad really. If it was any steeper, it would suck. Still going. Just stopped for 3 coffees. It's nice and paved now. So this is easy going. I think I've got about 4 more locks. Alright, that should be the last lock of the day. Just been to the gas station and got some sausages and some rolls for a meal at some point. It's just gone midday. So yeah, nice and breezy today. Cool. Breezy indeed. And after that 29 lock flight, I'm on to a nice long open stretch for the next 15 miles. Just beautiful. It's basically been blown down the canal. It's really nice. The wind. So I've stopped off on what was a little windy aroundy bridge thing. I've arrived at the campsite, but I can't find anyone, so I've been told by locals that it should be fine. I'm just going to pitch up and hopefully somebody finds me. Nothing glamorous, but if I'm here for 30 days or whatever doing this, I think sometimes a nice easy option is a good call. Tent is all made. It's just hailed down with rain. And now it's time to go to the pub. Cheers. Good morning, happy campers. Yes, that's right. I'm now the guy that walks through the campsite monologuing at his camera. This is my life now. Beautiful sunny morning. Probably not going to stay like this, but I just sort of slept in for an extra hour today just because it's not somebody's property and I'm not trespassing. All right, all set to go. Paid my money to somebody, hopefully the right person, for the campsite. Hour and a half sort of at camp, and which allowed my tent to sort of 90% dry, which is really nice. Oh, getting used to this now, this canal life. That's a first. Just seen a guy walking down the towpath thinking, oh yeah, he's got his t-shirt off, nice, it's sunny. And then suddenly, as he sees me, he wraps a towel around his completely naked crotch. He's just out walking the towpath in his complete nude. Love it. Funny. Gotta be who you gotta be, haven't you? Well, I must admit that I'm feeling the paddling this morning a little bit. My shoulder on my right hurts a little bit. Not like painful, but I just feel that motion. It's just opened up a bit. It's quite pretty. The overgrown banks and canopies of trees made the Kennet and Avon Canal a haven for an abundance of wildlife. By this point, I had already seen 10 or so kingfishers. However, getting one on camera seemed an impossible task for the GoPro. Grand Union, that is where we're heading. Still a long ways to go. Right. This is the first time I've been in tandem with somebody. We're pretty much matching speeds when I'm casual. All I can smell is diesel smoke. Funny. Thank you. Not out of the woods yet. Okay, I'm in the clear. do we have here? Oh God. They just don't design this bit for kayakers at all. But fortunately there's this little bit here which I think I'll be able to use. Oh. Oh. I don't know how I'm going to get the boat out of here. It is far too steep. Source courteous of the barge in last night. Very kind of them to let me slip those in my pocket. Another lock down. I think there's only about 5 or 4 more locks left going uphill before the Crofton 5 locks. And after that, all these portages will be going downhill. Alright. 38 locks in, and now it's time to show you just how much time, effort and energy it takes to do just one portage. Spin her around. Right, the big pull. Lost both my bungee cords already. 1, I think I left on the side. 2, I just watched it plummet to the bottom of the canal. So the hardest thing about these wheels is getting it to the right angle when the kayak's resting on it. Get that out of the way. And there she is. I know what you're thinking. Don't forget your hat. Oh, Jesus. The fact that I'm really long means crossing roads and opening gates can be a nightmare. Oh, power. And this kind of shit gets... Hiya. Almost stuck on there. Well, the lock is right there. So I think I'm just going to walk. There's another heron. I've seen... well, that's on camera. Goodbye, heron. It's a good point though, like, if it was more of a sheer edge I would have lost my backpack. Note to self, now when you unstrap the wheels, strap the bag back in. Oh dear. Why am I doing this? Is that 1 glove, 2 gloves? Some shit I found in the canal. Alright, almost there. You have to stop all your momentum and then rebuild it again. Oh. Oh. Wow. Right, there's another steep launch, but we should be alright. I always like to hold the paddle just in case I lose the boat somewhere. Oh, I don't think it's going to rain that much, is it? Nah, we'll be alright. job we put that keel guard in, but now I'm taking all the weight off the back here and I'm using those nice big muscles to... It's always good to get this nice and... Oh god, I still don't really know that one, but low, get low, I think is the key. Quick. Lock number 3 of the day. And that was a 2-in-1, I guess. So, as you can see, it's quite the calamity. But fortunately for me, the novelty hadn't worn off just yet. Big crane. And then, little crane. See what they're saying to it. Cheers, mate. Alright, well, I forgot to mention it, but the first tunnel today. Trippy. Exciting. Can't say I've ever done this before. Got a headlamp out just in case. So, woohoo! Woo! The people on the barges would use their feet to crawl along the sides whilst the horses go around, originally. This is really cool. Hello! It's kind of dark. So I think there's way on this journey. There's a really long tunnel. Whoa. Can actually see the front of my kayak now. Really wouldn't want to capsize in here. Not now my phone is out of the case and stuff. Cool. Oh, it is freaky. I'm almost there. Maybe I'm almost there. I still, well, actually, I wouldn't even say I'm quite in the middle, looking backwards. Oh god. But looking left and right, I can't actually see the edge of the tunnel or the front of my boat unless it reflects. All right, getting close now. Kids, don't try this at home. So, I think the next lock is the lock where it starts going downhill afterwards. This is the top of the pond. I wonder how many feet of elevation I've done. Right. There we go. Whew, that took ages. Whew, my phone's still there, that's good. Check this out. A lock from the top. We're going downhill, baby. Once I figure out how I'm gonna bloody get out of this. Look at that. How am I supposed to fucking get out of that? Oh. I feel like, oh, I'm carrying my crucifix. Oh. But it is definitely nice that we're going downhill now. I can feel the difference. Grattan this way. Otherwise, not the foggiest. Where the hell I am? But that didn't matter to me, because I knew exactly where I was going, and it would have been really hard to go wrong. It's nice though. So that tall chimney thing here is the Crofton pumping station, which pumps a shit ton of water. The Royal Swan, out here in the natural habitat of wherever the hell I am. I'm not really sure. It looks dark up there. Well, the weather's taken a turn. GoPro battery's about to die. Got to decide whether to hunker down here or just march on for another 3/4 of a mile and go to the pub. Lockside dinner. Good morning. This is where I slept last night. Oh, chilly one this morning. I'm gonna pack up and make some coffee. Back on the water. Sort of hung around for an hour and a bit, just letting the tent dry. Got chatting to a guy who lived on a barge for 14 years, but now lives in a camper van. But he was giving me the lowdown of what's to come in Reading and Newbury. Basically telling me to avoid at all costs camping in either of those two places. But I mean, that wasn't planning on that anyway. Morning. All right. What a gorgeous morning. I think I'm approaching Hungerford now, judging by the steeples, the tower of the church I can see. Right, I made it to Hungerford, so I think I'm going to chain up the kayak and then for the first time this trip ditch the kayak and go to Tesco's. There we go, chained to this, but yeah, first supply run. That's good, that's very good news. Successful supply run. It's Clive walking off down there. Just had a good chat with me, bless him. Right, boat is all packed with the essentials. Whew, an obstacle and an injury. Nothing like a well prepared first aid kit. Even got the soda cream for the chafing. Oh, you just gotta love England's weather. Gonna try and find a place to camp when this shower passes over. Hailstones. Jesus Christ. So that was a crack of thunder. Yeah, canal life. I'm probably going to get off the water. So I'm in the water, which is conductive. I'm wet and I'm holding a massive metal pole. I think I'm going to just wait under this bridge until the storm passes. Oh, I'm glad it calmed down rain-wise. Said bridge. The British weather, unpredictable at the best of times, but this was September and I had to be prepared for the worst, and the worst was still to come. Thank you, bridge, for your shelter. It's I think the worst of the storm has passed. Managed to dry out all my stuff in between showers and sort of rest and stretch and stuff. So now I'm going to go mosey on and find a place to camp. Adaptation was going to be key in making it to the end. Being smart and critical with my movements and not leaving myself exposed to the elements will help with the endurance aspect of this trip. Fortunately, I have the experience, the kit and the know-how to be prepared for the elements. That, for now, were being very kind to me. So, I think I found the camp spot for tonight. Spooky. I will keep the kayak safe in my own personal bunker for the evening. Shall we go and see what monsters are lurking in the closet? Dun, 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 dun. Oh, cool. Moths. Loads of them. They're not moths, they're butterflies. Well, the bunker didn't work out because I kind of wanted to sleep in a hammock, and it wasn't great for a tent or a hammock. It was just a mile to the next lock, so if I find a spot between now and there, great. If I don't, I'll sleep at the lock. So this is where I've ended up. The sunset colours there in the background. I'm at a lock, and yeah, lovely bit of grass here. I'm just going to set up the tent. This is the view from the tent this morning. Gorgeous. This aspect of the trip, the wild camping, I felt very comfortable with. And as for the 5 days camping, well, this was just a normal trip for me. At this point, I was in a natural flow of things, and the rhythm of the lifestyle I was in was sinking in. So this is my fourth lock of the morning. Basically making my way to Newbury. I need to do another little pit stop, get some camping gas. And while squatting for a poo this morning, my second poo, I flicked the zipper off my trousers, so I'm constantly got my flies down right now, so maybe I've got to try and find some safety pins or something as well. But yeah, beautiful morning, still a bit chilly, but these boat people aren't much of morning people. I haven't seen a single boat move now, and it's probably about 9 o'clock. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm much of a morning person when I'm not doing this, but I've got some distance to make. Oh dear.
Like really fat.
Oh, just. Oh. Oh, that's saved 5-10 minutes. There's probably a lock right up there, isn't there?
Yeah.
Anyway. Thank you.
Okay.
Cheers, that's very kind of you.
Well, you have to strap him in, but
I'll just go to the lock now.
yeah, then round the corner.
Thank you very much. Welcome to Newbury. I was told it's a shithole with a drug problem. This looks absolutely beautiful. It's a bit of an annoying one. I've had to completely empty the boat so I can pick it up and take it down these steps, hopefully without falling in. Please don't gang up on me, swans. Please. Anyone will think I'm in Swansea. So apparently it turns into basically a river now, so I'm going to be pushed down the canal. So I just sat down for my coffee and now I'm on duck rescue. Oh, you poor thing. Yay! Gotta wait for this barge. Ah, you bastard. This poor little duckling had a fishing hook stuck in its wing, foot and bill, but still proved more agile than me. And all I was able to do was chase the poor thing around and insult it. Come on, you little shit. I'll try and wedge him in there. Oh,
Done us. Not play. Oh, it's in its foot as well.
That's not very good. I tried. How could I resist? Alright, supply run number 2. Kayak's locked up, hopefully druggy proof. And now I'm off to B&Q, or somewhere that sells camping gas basically. To be fair, I think I look like a druggie that's just crawled out of the bush. So who am I to judge? So no camping gas in Lidl or the gas station. So it's B&Q next. No luck in the big B&Q. Even the great Tessie's let me down. Alright, mission failed. So I'm back at the boat. So I'm back on the move, and like I said, the current and the flow is being controlled by weirs now. So it's diverted where the river naturally drops and the water moves faster. It's locked for the barges and me. An industrial section. See, #1 rule with canal life. So you always have to be wary of these. Another canal life tip: when you're launching, avoid all cost this grip tape on the docking bits. Is like a tooth grit sandpaper made of crushed up samurai swords. I exaggerate a little bit, but if I'm gonna portage another 200 or so times, I think the longevity of my dad's kayak is utmost priority. I can heal myself to a certain degree, but this cannot get a hold. So for the sake of an extra 200 steps long portage, I've opted for a nice grassy verge where I can dump the kayak. It's not actually touching other than in the water now, and I'm going to bring it to the edge, just bob it down like so. No harm done to the kayak, just my back. Now, just one day from Reading, with a better understanding and sense of how far I can travel, I feel an ease in my movements and my mind. All the while, the pace of life still rumbles on around me. I take a moment's rest as I wait for a friend who's joining me for this last leg to Reading and beyond. That was camp spot number 5. Bath that way. And today, due course of Reading and the River Thames. Whoop whoop. First shopping trolley of the trip. Approaching Reading now. Trolley number 2. Trolley number 3. Quite the contrast to where I've been for the last few weeks. Great fun. So this is the Oracle shopping centre, I believe. What a funny place to end up. So close to the Thames now. Couple of locks, I reckon. I didn't mind the contrast of the urban jungle, canopies and clouds, clouds and concrete. I enjoyed watching the collective expressions, from the inspired children to the confused parents. Everybody who watched me paddle past them had no idea how far I'd come to get there. Just a strange man with a funny hat and a blue boat, passing through, never to be seen again. Nature boy in the big city.
Oh, no. Yes, actually.
Just this one, please.
Monica, where is going this panini?
Mission half success. I forgot the water bowls. Good quality wheel, that. So this is the last lock and portage of the Avon Canal. Moments away from being on the Thames. Woo! Trolley number 4. I actually kind of feel like it should be in the canal / river. Maybe I'll do that before we leave. Trolley number 5! What a successful day. A pride of swans, a pack of swans, a pod of swans. The last few meters of the Kennet and Avon Canal. And we are on to the Thames. So it's either left up the Thames to Oxford the short way, or right to London to Oxford the long way. Which way am I gonna go? Obviously, I'm gonna go right. First River Thames lock complete. She's a beauty. Right. Found the camping spot for this evening on an island. That's actually so cool. Just got off the boat to find absolute paradise and a free tarp. This is lush. Well, that was the nicest camping spot so far. Thank you very much, River Thames. Amazing weather, lush camping, beautiful scenery. At this point, everything is going wonderfully, and it's about to get better. First lock of the day. I'm not worried because there shouldn't be many on the Thames, and there's nice distances between them. I've got to get this on camera. Down we go. Oh, we're here. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Oh, wow. You have no idea how nice and what a privilege that is. And now, once again, it's just me, my boat and I. Well, this is beautiful. Definitely a different feel to the canals. Easy paddling as well. But I'm having to be a lot more vigilant because boats are a lot faster. And there's wakes. A bit of excitement. Next lock. Unfortunately, it looks like we have to portage this one. What on earth is happening here? This is the life. It's pretty chill, actually. It's nice that I don't have to do this every mile. So I am having to do a supply run leaving the kayak. There's a Tesco's just up here. And I need some provisions for the next couple of days. I think this is the furthest I've ever walked away from the kayak on this trip. 0.2 miles or something. Alright, I've got a few days rations. Now the moment of truth. Dun dun dun! It's still there. With the paddle intact, I decided just to leave it there rather than somebody watch me climbing into a bush with a paddle and coming out without one. It's quite weird navigating these sort of urban parts and these stuff. The whole trip would be ruined if the paddle was taken, or the wheels or something, or even worse, the kayak. And so would my bank account, having to replace it. Anyhow, it's still here. So I'm back on the water now. This is Henley on the Thames. Very successful supply run in a very quaint, iconically British looking town. Nice looking pub. Very tempting, but I want to get in the countryside. Another lock done on the Thames. 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's clouded over, but it's bloody muggy as hell, which is really nice. You'd be there in no time. At this point in the journey, I hadn't taken a rest day, and my body was feeling it. Aching in a good way, however, as I was building up the strength I was going to need to navigate my way north on the Grand Union Canal. I think I'm getting in another lark. Thank you.
This country is beautiful. Jesus.
This is the life.
So there is a camping spot up there, but I'm going to have a little search around something a bit nicer.
Well, I've found an island, but it has a campsite on it.
It's nicely made path.
So I got the kayak on down the south end of the island, and I'm just going to go and sneak up to see what the likelihood of me getting seen camping here is. Join me on the next one as I make my way to Windsor, portage through Slough and meet some of the locals, and I proceed north on my journey with my boat. Glorious.